Hello guys, I'm Paris the Options guy and welcome back to my channel. So kind of a volatile day in the market. If you see market opened with a gap down, I wasn't expecting this recovery again and then moving down and then again moving up in the end. So yeah, kind of a volatile day in the market, both in Bank Nifty and in Nifty, although Nifty being less volatile over here. But yeah, volatile day in the market and I'm ending with 0.5% profit, which is good. What I did was that first of all, I took this trade over here and the stop loss got hit. As you can see, as soon as we broke previous day's low of 41,200, I took the trade. But yeah, stop loss got hit. But the next time that it came, I knew that if we are retesting this low, now we can see a very good sell off, and that's why I took the trade again over here now with a even lower strike. So my previous loss got covered and also I got a good profit on that trade. And yeah, I'm ending with 0.5% profit, pretty good. Now, what can you expect for tomorrow is that, see, now the price action over here, if you see, is kind of a little bit, uncertain. It's kind of dicey where the markets will move from here, right? If you see. And both again in Nifty also, price action is not looking that, like strong in any direction right now. And we also have the US Fed event that is going to, like, it's going to come out in some time, the results, and because of which we could open with a very big gap down or with a very big gap up, right? So what can you do over here is, say if we open with a relatively small gap down, right? And say first of all we'll talk about Bank Nifty. If we open with a relatively small gap down, say somewhere gap down or gap up, right? So now if you cannot decide whether what you should do in this type of market, we can look at the people who are getting trapped over here, right? With any sort of move, right? So say if the market moves up to say 41,500. Now if you see in Bank Nifty, I'm just going to show you guys very quickly the OI, the open interest in Bank Nifty strikes. And as you can see, 41,500 having a very high OI and 41,000 having a very high OI. So these are the two tipping points in market. And what will happen is that if these people get trapped because of the moves in the market, they will start covering their position, which will move the market in that direction even more. So what I mean by that is, say if we go up tomorrow, right? If we cross 41,500, what will happen is that a lot of people would start covering who would have shorted 41,500 CE today. They will start covering their position, which will push the markets up higher, right? And then we could get a pretty good trend on the upside, right? On the downside, again, we 41,000 C has a high, P has the highest call OI on the put OI on the downside. So as soon as we go below 41,000, as soon as we start sustaining below 41,000, a lot of people will start covering their positions on the downside, and we could see an even further move on the downside, right? So what you guys can do simply over here tomorrow is that if we cross the day's high tomorrow of 41,500, you guys can take a trade. Heck, not even 41,500. Even if we start crossing 41,400 and get a closing above this, you guys can start adding your positions over here. Start shorting PE, and we could see a very good up move on the upside, right? And on the downside, again, we have 41,000 and 40,900. So as soon as we start getting a closing below 15-minute closing below 41,000, you guys can start adding quantity and go aggressive once we cross today's low of 41,890 to 41,900 on the downside. However, say if we open with a very big gap up, right now things could be very kind of, things could be pretty wild if we open with a very big gap up, right? Say somewhere we open near 41,600 to 700, right? If with a very big gap up. Now there are a lot of resistances over here. If the market will try to go up above directly, it probably will fail, right? So you guys can, if we open with a very big gap up, you guys can think of trading, taking a trade on the downside if we open with a very big gap up, because then probably we'll see some sort of a sell off and then maybe we'll move up. But I'm not, because again, market will need to come up slowly over here and then break out. If it will open with a gap up, we could see a very good sell off coming in over here. On the downside, again, 40,500 becomes very important. Anything above that, and we could see buying coming in the market again, and we could get pushed up higher, right? So if we open above 40,500, anywhere above 40,500, you guys can take a trade. On the other side, you guys can start shorting PE. You'll get very good prices on PE, because the PIV on PE side will get expanded, and you could get very good premiums. I'm talking about the option sellers, right? Option buyers, Thursday could be very good day, but again, I think for option buyers, after 12:30 is when you can get very good trades. But I'm expecting volatility tomorrow, so I don't think tomorrow could be your day. But you never know, right? I'm not an option buyer, so I cannot even say. Yep. So in Nifty, again, if you see, Nifty is also kind of volatile, but again, 17,800 now becomes a tipping point for Nifty. Above 17,800, once we start getting a closing, or above the day's high of 17,835, you guys can start taking positions in Nifty. Your first target then becomes 17,920 on the upside. On the downside, again, 17,660. On the downside, I would not like to take a trade, because there are multiple supports over here. If you see, there is this trend line which kind of will act as a support. We'll first of all fill this gap, and then we could take a support. Then we also have 17,580 to 17,600 on the downside. So I'm not very keen on taking trades on the downside for tomorrow. But yeah, below 17,580 is when I would be interested, right? Once you get a closing below 17,580, then you can expect a very good target of 17,450 to 430. This should be your range. Although do exit a little bit early over here, because we could see reversal coming in from here. So yeah, guys, I hope you have a very good expiry tomorrow. I'm looking forward to kind of a hard expiry tomorrow, because we could see volatility in the market. But let's see how we open, and then we can decide how things will go. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching till the end.